it's Zoe Martinez. Come with me for a day in the life. First, I turn out Evans out in the grassy turnout so he can get some snacks. Now I'm just turning Miss Callie out into the outdoor arena round pen. Now I'm just turning out Miss Mel in the indoor arena to get some energy out and exercise. Turning out Miss Bianca with her. Hi, ladies. Now I'm grabbing Mr. Cello and putting him out in one of our round pens so he can get some energy out. There you go. Now I'm just going to clean one of my breast collars. And since the breast collar is clean, I'm going to start getting Lottie tacked up. But first, we got to groom her. So I was going to kind of show how I like to groom my horses. So I like to take, this one's not as clean as I would like it to be, but I like to take a rubber curry comb. And I like to start up here at the neck and just swipe down. And I'm going to do that all throughout the body. Once I'm done curry combing, I grab some pink spray. I don't remember the exact name of the pink spray, but I use it. It helps make their coat look really healthy. It's like a coat conditioner. And I also like to take some fly spray. This is just I think it's the Endure fly spray. I don't know what the yellow bottle is called, but there's a yellow bottle of fly spray that is my go-to. But I don't know exactly what's in the silver bottle. It's just a spray bottle full of fly spray. So I'm going to spray her off. Now I'm going to take just like a regular body brush, and I'm going to go over the part that I had just curry combed. And then, of course, I'm going to pick her feet. I don't like to brush their manes really a lot, just because the less you brush them, the less hair you're pulling out, and the more thick they will be. So I don't like to brush their mane like every single day. I'll do it every once in a while. But now I'm going to pick her hooves. And this is her all groomed up. Now I ride her in this blue Professional's Choice pad. And today I'm going to ride her in this ranch saddle. But first I'm going to give it a little wipe down because it's really dusty. And now that Miss Lottie Daw is tacked up, I'm going to find some boots for her. Today I'm going with the Legacy Equine Splint boots with the double straps in the bottom. And some classic Equine no-turn bell boots. And that is all I do for tacking up Lottie Daw. I go and tie her to the fence now and get my next one to tack up. I like to tack them all up and then line them up on the fence and then work through them one by one. There you go. And I'm riding her in a Boselle, so I'm going to go put that on the fence. When I go get her, I can just put it on her along with a lunge line because I'm going to be lunging her. Now I'm just grabbing Evans out of his turnout to get tacked up. So I just lunged him, and now I'm going to do some showmanship practice. It's quite windy. Oh, he's tired. He got lunged. He was feeling a little frisky today when I was walking him, and I think it's due to the wind. So I just let him get a little lunge, and now I'm going to let him catch his breath, so I'm just walking him around. So when Evans leaves, the girl who's going to be showing him is going to be showing him in the Western all-around, English all-around, and some of the ranch. So he's going to be a little all-arounder. I have to teach him to do almost everything. And so right now we are working on a lot of showmanship.
Right now I am working.
So I was going to show you exactly what I do with him for the
and
showmanship.
when you try to get him out of your space, he doesn't really get out as quickly as you want him to. He kind of just gets in your way. So I'm working with him on squaring up in a lot of this video, and he doesn't like to square up, so I want him to eventually have a cue, like a clucking, that tells him that he needs to square up. So there you can see I want him to be perfectly square, and when he decides to square up, I don't want him to turn his butt out or not be as straight. I want him to stay straight. So what I did just there was getting him to just out of my bubble, out of my space, because he can be a little bit just in your way sometimes. And he's a hard one in the fact that he just wants to be on top of you a lot. And so he needs to learn that he's not allowed to be on top of you. Here you can't see me in the video because I'm trotting him around, but I will most likely do a video on all showmanship, but this is just kind of a visual on what I'm teaching Evans. I'm just trying to get him to square up and then rewarding him if he does square up.
Now he's going to get the same grooming process as Lottie Daw. Now his saddle is on the other side of the barn, so I'm going to take him over there to get tacked up. Okay, so now he's getting put in this classic equine pad. And this saddle, which is, I don't know if you can see, this saddle. And he's going to get tied up kind of next to Lottie. Now I'm getting Toby out. Now Toby gets the exact same grooming treatment as well, but today is the day I am going to brush his mane. It hasn't been brushed in a few days, and I don't want it to get knots, but I don't want to brush it every day to where I'm pulling a lot of hair out. And today I'm going to just be using the Miracle Mane stuff. I don't know, I think it's still called Miracle Mane, but it's just a pink spray, and I'm going to use that on his mane and then brush through it. Okay, so now I'm going to ride in a Continental saddle, and this is the classic equine BioFit saddle pad. It's kind of hard to see. It has basically shoulder padding right here because he has a weird shoulder. And I'm going to clean this off. I got my breast collar. It does need to be cleaned, but the saddle has gotten pretty dirty. I like to keep my tack clean. And then I'm also going to ride him in some polo wraps. I don't know where, let's see. I'm going to find some polo wraps, probably just some black ones. And I'm going to wrap his hind legs, and then I'm going to put some classic equine splint boots on the front, and then some of the Professional Choice white bell boots on the front as well. Now, I like to clean my tack like once a week to once every 2 weeks if I'm using it consistently. This is my favorite saddle. This saddle I love. It's very important to me that it stays good, because this is going to be the saddle that I'm going to probably keep for most of my life. So I want to make sure it stays conditioned and stays good so it lasts a while. So I clean it every week to every 2 weeks. For some saddles, it's a little different if I don't use them as often. Yeah. And he's going to get ridden first. So I'm going to get on him and ride him. I'm going to be riding him in... Let me grab my bridle. This is his bridle. So I'm riding him in this. And so I'm gotta put my boots on too. But I'm gonna ride him in that. And then Evans, I'm gonna bring his bridle out, and Evans gets ridden in this. It's a little similar. So I'm going to bring that out. I like each horse having their own boots to wear, their own saddles to wear, their own pads to wear, and their own bits and bridles and cinches. So that way we're not cross-contaminating everything. So each horse has their own designated stuff, and that way it's easier for me to just tie them on the fence and not have to be switching tack around. Real quick, I'm gonna grab the ladies in from inside the indoor arena and put them away and switch them with Mercedes. Okay, so now I got Mel back in her stall, and Bianca is back in her stall. Now Mercedes is out running around. Now I get on Toby and ride him. Such a goober. Hey Toby, want to say hi to your fans? Says hi. Such a goober. There's the pony lineup. Miss Lottie and Mr. Evans. So I just finished with Toby, and overall he was a really good boy. We worked on some lead changes and just getting him straight on the diagonal for the ranch riding. And now we're just heading back to the barn to untack. Now it's time to untack him. Oh yeah, I know, you're happy. You get to be untacked, don't you? Okay, so now he didn't really get too sweaty, so I'm just going to curry comb his saddle area. He's gonna get his legs cold hosed by someone here who's gonna cold hose them for me, and then put him away with his magnetic stuff on. Mercedes told me she wanted back inside, so I'm gonna put her back in her stall. Now I'm going to get on Evans. So I just finished walking with Evans, and he was really good. Today we worked on keeping him straight on the rail, and we did a lot of circling and getting him to hold a consistent slow trot. So, yeah, Mr. Evans did good. Let's untack him. Now I'm just taking Evans back to his stall. Now that Evans is in his stall, I'm going to come over here and start making some grain for him. So, supplement-wise, Evan gets a scoop of MSM, and then he gets a scoop of the gut. MSM helps with his joints, and then he's on the Purina power. So, and usually the senior feed, but we ran out of senior feed and we're getting some more. But basically that's all he's going to get today. Now I am giving Evans his grain. And there we go. There's the big boy eating his snackies. Also, Evans got an extra flake of hay. All the horses that I work get extra flakes of hay once a day because they are getting worked pretty hard. So I like to keep them looking their best and hoping that they don't lose weight. I feed them extra grain, extra hay, and rice bran when I am working with them. Okay, now let's get Miss Lottie and start working with her. I'm just letting her let off some energy on the lunge line before I get on her. So I'm just letting her go with whatever speed she wants. She's gotten better about not pulling on me, which is really good. I used to not be able to lunge her at all, so this is a plus. And I'm just letting her have fun on the lunge line because it shouldn't be a scary situation for her to be able to just run around for a little bit, get that energy out, so I will have a more pleasant time. Now I'm going to get on her. And now I am finished with Miss Lottie. We just worked on slowing down our jog a little and getting our transitions. I was a good girl. Now let's unpack her. Now I'm just cold hosing her legs. She has a little bump over there. She hurt herself in pasture about a year ago. So I've just been cold hosing it to help the swelling go down. Now that Lottie's all put away, I'm gonna go start putting the horses I turned out away. So Callie and Cello get put away. First is Callie. Now Cello's getting put away. Okay, now I'm gonna give all the horses on this side some rice bran. So all the horses down there are gonna get some. First, Callie gets a scoop. There you go. Then we got Miss Bianca, and I'm gonna give her 3 scoops. One. Then Miss Mercedes, she's gonna get 3 as well. And Miss Huckleberry, she's gonna get 3 scoops because she just had her baby. Hi, Henry. Of course, Miss Mel. Mel is close to having her baby, so she's gonna get 3 scoops. And then Toby. Hi. Toby gets 3 scoops because Toby's in a lot of exercise right now, and I need to keep his weight up. So he's gonna get 3. And then Lottie Daw, she's getting really heavily worked, so she gets 3 scoops. Excuse me, ma'am. Playing with my head. 1. Nope, I'll just give her the rest of that. I had to go back to get some more. There we go. Now Lexi, she gets 2 scoops because she's not due till the end of May. Now Lady, I just fill her little grain dish all the way to the top. She's a little thin right now, so she needs a lot of snackies. And Miss Prada, if you don't already know, Miss Prada is going to be carrying my foal next year. This is Lottie's mom. She gets about 2 scoops because she's not due till middle of May. As she's farther along, she'll get more. And then Mama's on a diet, so she only gets 1 scoop, but we don't want her to feel left out. There you go. Now Mr. Cello. Cello only gets 2 scoops because he's in very light work. And last but not least, Blondie. And Blondie can have the rest. And that is it for today. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.